Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Finding Your Light Summit. I am Al Muir, and my talk today is going to be on an intuitive take on sound and music medicine. So a little bit about myself to start with. I've been a musician for 35 plus years, playing in bands and duos and solo and all sorts of stuff over the years around WA. And I worked on ships for many years on and off as well, in offshore oil and gas and ships years ago, that sort of thing. They're the main things I've done. 3 children, 6 grandchildren. And I used to live a fairly hedonistic lifestyle some years ago and had a lot of fun, or what I thought it was fun, but it also led to some pretty big downfalls too, feeling suicidal. Really that lifestyle just did not gel with me at all. What goes up must come down. And so I started looking for something deeper, and nearly 20 years ago I got into Buddhism. Started meditating and just did that on and off for a few years. Always played music part-time to full-time, writing lots of songs, not really recording them. And so about 2016 I read Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. And one of the meditations in there took me out of my body, and I didn't realise at the time I still travelled. It gave me this incredible euphoria that I could tap into. And I didn't tell anyone for a couple of years. I kept it to myself. And strangely enough, I didn't keep practising regularly and as much as I should. So I move on to a few years ago, and I started getting into more and more of that sort of thing, and started getting to Joe Dispenza at 2019. And Joe Dispenza's Blessing of the Energy Centers meditation just really gave me what we'd call an awakening, activated my pineal gland in a big way. And again, this euphoria, this feeling just came on so incredibly strongly. And I had this feeling of, oh my God, this is what it's like to be free, to have no anxiety at all, no depression, no nothing, and that sort of thing. And that was beautiful. So been pretty full on since then, getting into guided meditations, and now moving into sound and music, healing, immersion, sound baths. And a couple of years ago I started doing a Monday night community circle. Lovely Deanne started, and I ended up taking over the organising of that. And so every week I would do guided meditations, and being a musician, I'd play some music. So I started delving into the sound and reading all about it and that sort of stuff. So, which has brought me to this beautiful place now as a natural progression as a musician to move into this beautiful offering of conscious energy through instruments and sound and vocals. And it's a beautiful thing for me to do. I love doing it, and the response I get from people and what they say it does for them is it's just a wonderful way to live. So last couple of years I've moved to what I'd call ethical business, where I don't do anything unless I find it ethical, which lucky enough to have moved into fully 100% now. I nearly got tempted back by oil and gas only a little while ago. We'll pay for all your tickets, $5,000 worth. You can have 6 months a year off and earn $200,000 a year. And I nearly fell for it. But I resisted after I thought about it. Thought that's not my path. My path is music and sound and doing these beautiful offerings. The thing with sound healing and all sorts of things, and anything that's partly scientific and partly ethereal and spiritual, is that most scientists aren't interested in the spiritual side, and most spiritual people aren't really interested in the scientific side. But I like to have a look at a little bit of the both. So I guess when we do sound healing, we do what's called psychoacoustics and vibroacoustics. So the psychoacoustics is where the sound comes in, interacts with your eardrums move in and out, and people think of sound waves as, there's this wave coming in, but there are millions of waves all the time. Everything is sound. Every vibration is sound. So these hundreds and hundreds, thousands of sound waves, big one, little one, everything coming in, hit the eardrums, the nerves of the eardrums go into the brain, and then the brain makes the music. They're all just sound, they're all just waves of energy. It is actually our brain that makes the music itself, our being, our consciousness, that turns that into this beautiful thing that we love to listen to. Or stuff that you don't like to listen to, it can work both ways. So, and then that goes down all through your nervous system and affects you. And a song can make you feel happy. A song can make you feel sad. A song can make you feel agitated. It can give you energy. The power of music and sound is something that we dismiss quite regularly and quite easily, but it's such a powerful, incredible thing. And when you do it with a conscious energy and a conscious intent, then it becomes all the more powerful. So that's our psychoacoustics. I've got a little list of a few words up here. Try not to ramble on too much, I won't get through it all. Then we have vibroacoustics. So vibroacoustics works on a cellular level. Vibroacoustics goes through our body because we are beautiful, human beings of divine design and consciousness, but we are electromagnetic beings. And as electromagnetic beings, we are made of atoms. And atoms are 99.9999999% space or ether. If one atom was the size of a car sitting in the desert, the nucleus is the car. The electrons flying around each atom would go for 86,000 square kilometres and be the size of a pea. That is how much space is in our body. So it really is an illusion that we're solid. So we're electromagnetic beings. And what is it that brings that all together? What is that harnesses all that, makes our skin, makes our eyes, makes everything, is the vibration. So in the universe, everything is electromagnetic, or so-called matter, made of atoms. But sound, vibration, is not. It is an energy of itself. And it's the energy of the sound that actually forms life, the original the original sound. Without that vibration, without that sound, and all vibration is sound, whether we can hear it or not. You think of an ultrasound that you go and have, that is sound, but at a much higher level that we can't hear. Dolphins, whales, all sorts of other animals, dogs, cats, can hear in a register that we can't hear, but it's still sound. So all vibration is sound. All vibration moves through us at a cellular level, and it affects every single cell. It sends energy and information to every single cell. So when we can give beautiful, loving energy intent through us with sound and with music, then it affects us in both those ways, in the vibroacoustic way, actually through our brain and through our conscious sort of hearing, but also on a cellular level in the vibroacoustic, which is a beautiful things like crystal bowls work so well. That's why you can hear the bobcat outside probably doing work across the road, and guitar and voice and everything. And when you work in these things and channel them in, you can really feel it. And it really came to me nearly a couple of years ago. I placed all my energy in my pineal gland again for about 5 to 7 hours, had this huge awakening, I'll call it, and just further things along more. I knew that this was my path to do this. So we are electromagnetic beings of divine consciousness, but we also have a toroidal field around our body, just like the earth does, just like the magnet. If you look at a magnet in the files and you put the metal filings on it that most of us did at school, you will see that it makes a toroidal field. Our bodies have a toroidal field. Mother Earth has a toroidal field. Every one of our cells has a toroidal field. And every one of our atoms has a toroidal field. And that toroidal field is affected, again, by vibration. Both Einstein and Tesla stated that the future of medicine will be in vibration, in frequency. So, and that is the basis of our beautiful sound healing, sound immersion, sound bath, however you like to call it. And if you think about it, that power that songs have on us, not just the lyrics, but the music itself. You hear some music playing and it takes you back in time, or it gives you a certain feeling, it makes you remember someone. Dementia patients, when you play songs particularly from 14 to 17 years old, from their age, they will remember those words even though they can't remember anything else, and they'll start singing along. Every religion is always intertwined with music for that reason as well, and all ancient traditions have also been entwined in music as well. So when we can lay down and we can rest our minds a little bit, go into a little bit of meditation, and allow this music to just flow through us and just let us take us on a little journey, take us wherever it does. Those vibrations, those sounds can reset the body, reset the resonance of your body, and get everything just flowing nicely again. It's almost like a reset. When we listen to music, normally it's 440 hertz. But when you listen to music in 432 hertz, it gives you a nice natural harmonic sound that's coming through. So if you have stress and you have anxiety and you have all these things too, it gives you a little circuit breaker, allows you to take that time for yourself with that intent to lay down, to enjoy, to relax. The world can come back again in an hour and a half and all its trials and tribulations, and to just consciously lay there and take in that music both through the ears and through the body and relax. And it's like a reset. It does amazing things for some people. They come away feeling just relaxed and happy, and they feel that way for a few days. It has an ongoing effect. Other people at different parts of their spiritual journey, it will give them deep healings, and the energy is taken however anyone wants to take it. It can be reflected off, it can be taken in, it can be deeply felt. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to offer this sort of feeling to people. And it's done in an intuitive way, because all our thinking, all our programming and conditioning comes from information that someone else has told us. And we relate to it, and we feel into that, and it's a knowing of that, but it is all just information that we've taken on a intellectual level. Whereas when we can tap into the flow of music in our pineal gland and bring in information as a knowing, just as in our innate body is a knowing, then a whole new intelligence, a whole new way of being can come about you for that time and do incredible, miraculous, wonderful things, or just make you feel good. So in that we talk about our innate body. In our body we have 40 to 70 trillion cells, and every one of those cells can go through up to 1,000 chemical changes per second. Now, no computer, no anything, you can't even fathom what the intelligence that it takes to make that work. That innate intelligence that we have, that incredible thing that can only be explained by consciousness, which in itself can't really be explained. To get out of our minds and into our bodies and into our feeling, our knowing, is a beautiful thing, and sound and music does that. Everyone listens to music, everyone listens to sounds. The sound of a bird when you're out, someone go, oh, that's it. Just immediately, those vibrations immediately have an effect on you when you pay attention. If you go outside and you hear a screeching of tyres or an ambulance, that immediately has an effect on you. So that, when we tap into the power of that, it's a beautiful thing. And this modern life that we live, this incredibly busy, not natural life that we live, with millions and tendrils of things to worry about and do, and work and children, and all the millions of messages, and then the hundreds of messages you get on social media, and all the images from television and social media, it takes us out of harmony. So it's nice to find beautiful, simple ways to bring ourselves back into harmony. And when we are listening to music and we give it our attention, we go into a whole brain state, which is sort of like a hypnotic state, something that children are in until they're 5 to 7 years old. And that's one of the few things that can bring us into a whole brain state in a very short amount of time, which takes us from our alpha brain state, which is our, alert sort of brain state, to beta brain state, which is more relaxed, or it's the other way around actually, and then more relaxed, and then down to theta, which is our meditative state, down to around 4 hertz. So music is a wonderful thing to do that, an incredibly beautiful thing, and the sound of music. And there is so much research going on into music at the moment, and sound, and music therapy and sound therapy, that it is very fast becoming a go-to, because all these things that are considered alternative therapies these days are actually the original therapies. Been around for a long time. The pharmaceutical therapies and medicinal therapies are actually the alternative ones, for a couple of reasons. One, they've been around for a certain amount of time, but every pharmaceutical solution to something has it's not a side effect, it's a direct effect. So it gives, it takes with another hand. And also they're based on Newtonian physics, so Isaac Newton, Newtonian physics, where the cells in our body, in Newtonian physics, take their action and their information from the nucleus of the cell. That's what they believe. But modern quantum physics and quantum science and epigenetics has proven that the cell is controlled and kept in a healthy state or unhealthy state by its environment, not by what's inside the cell at all. But of course, there's a lot of money and a lot of investment and a lot of everything else tied up in the Newtonian physics way of things. But this is changing. It's changing slowly but surely. Quantum physics has actually been around since the 1920s, and so there's some really exciting things going on in quantum physics and to do with sound and that sort of thing. And again, it's all frequency and sound and vibration. Some scientists have been able to bring in scalar frequencies from the 4th dimension and put them into a computer, which is it's incredible. So there's an incredible amount of research going on, an incredible amount of stuff going on, but we can all tap into this either as giving or receiving of these energies through music, which is it's just a wonderful thing to do. So we also have the Schumann resonance, nature, and 432 hertz. So the Schumann resonance is the natural resonance, the vibration of the Earth, Mother Earth, which sits at 7.82 hertz, but it is rising now. But our brain sits at 7.82 hertz. So the same frequency, resonance in our brain, is exactly the same as what the Earth is. And when they get a little bit out of whack, when one changes, that changes our state of being, and that can be for a positive or a negative. So we are also scientifically in a photon belt that we are in every 25,800 years, going through this photon belt of an incredible amount of light coming down into Earth at the moment, and with that light comes information. And so this resonance is raising, it's rising, and we're rising with it. And so when we say that we're raising the vibration, the Earth is raising in vibration, it literally is from a scientific sense, because we're going through this photon belt, and the Schumann resonance is rising, and so we are rising as well as a natural consequence of that. And that can be disconcerting, that can cause all sorts of things. So again, and you can bring yourself into beautiful resonance through music and through sound, that really helps with a lot of that stuff. It's a incredibly exciting, incredibly strange, incredibly immense time to be on this earth at this time as all these things are happening. And that cycle, that 25,800 year cycle, it's also, if you look at your zodiac signs and your astrological and all that, that all ties into that timeline as well. So from a scientific point of view, all these all these old traditions and everything that was, you know, 20th century science said is, oh, it's all woo woo, and that is all now being proven. It's all coming back home to roost. It's a beautiful thing. So I thought, as part of my presentation, I would do a little bit of music, a little bit of demonstration. Now, if you have a Bluetooth speaker, it would be wonderful to listen to through a Bluetooth speaker, just a phone or a computer. Will not get the effects. I thought I'd turn that down. Will not get the effects that that the full sound will, but the intent coming through and the energy coming through as I give my energy out will come through as well. So I'm just gonna give you a little demo of a few things here on sound immersion, sound healing, sound bath, however you like to call it. If you've got a speaker, that would be wonderful. If not, just sit back and relax. You may want to close your eyes, you may not want to. Just rest and relax for a little bit. Take some nice deep breaths. Bring your attention to here and now. An intention to let this musical energy, this sound, this vibration flow through you in a beautiful way. And with the message in this song that I'm about to sing, just feel the words, feel what it does for you, feel what it means for you. Know you are loved, rest in peace, dream your sweet dreams, till your soul is released. Rest in peace, dream your sweet dreams, till your soul is released. Beloved child, my heart is yours. Beloved child, go out and open doors with your love, with your faith, with your compassion, with your faith, oh, with your grace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know that you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Beloved child, you are the light of the world. Beloved child, go out, spread light to the world. Be strong, be kind, be brave. Know you're mine. Know that you are divine. Know that it's alright to be afraid. Know that you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know that you're loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Beloved child, my heart is yours. Beloved child, go out and open doors with your love, with your faith, with your compassion, with your grace. Oh, with your grace. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. vibration of life, this beautiful, divine, conscious, incredible, wonderful being that we are, this magical existence. And so, divine vibrations, yes. To move into the divine, to move beyond our conditioning and program mind through music and sound. So good for the soul, so healing. And I think it's something we should all do in whichever way we find is best for us. Some people it's their favourite music. For some people it's going to sound immersions. For some people it's sitting out in nature and listening to the birds song or the bubbling of a river as it goes past. It's so therapeutic, it's so beautiful, and something that I love to share. So thank you all for listening, and thank you all for your company. And I am Al, and I'm now going to go and chill out the back, ground for a little while, and feel that beautiful resonance that the music brings to me, and hopefully brings to others as well in their journey. So thank you all, and goodbye.